Alright, this is a guide on how to do how to do slime on Beast Tamer. This is a trade, but you are but my trade, this guy's a mule on a Hyana, so he's not really gonna do anything to affect the run other than hit slimes for me. Oh, okay. So slime is a really good boss for Beast Tamer because of how concentrated the burst, how our concentrated bursts works nicely with the test groggy window and whatever. Yeah. Okay. So when you load in, buff up. Yeah, sometimes I die or lose my door at least while buffing up because laser does do a lot of damage. If you don't know, you can hit. Oh, I didn't pop my circus. I'm so done. You can hit magma slimes without having to stop your hammer channel. I'll do it right here. Bam. Yeah. So that's how you can like do tests by yourself without having to stop your DPS a lot of the time. You can hit him from above or below. So if you hit him from below, you just like spam jump, like hold jump. Hold jump and hammer. If you hit him from above, just keep in mind whenever you see his crown glow red, just jump. That's like the natural reaction is like good enough for you to react to a laser. Let's see if I can do it right here. Okay, jump. I saw the crown glow red and then I instantly jump. I'm not looking for the laser itself, I'm looking for the crown glowing red. Okay, if you are below him, let's see if I can get this to happen. Okay, maybe later. But if you are below him, there is a use case for fishy slap. Let's say like the laser indicator is right above your head and you can't like do this. You can't jump up to do it, to hit him with hammers. So what you can do is just fishy slap for a little while, and yeah. Okay, when like this whole scrolling thing is happening, cast me out card in your hawk buffs to get them out of the way first, and then you can do test. I'm gonna let my trade partner do it for me. Looks like my circus is not going to be in sync with everything else. Awkward. Oh, and I didn't have mana overload on. LOL. Okay, so just when you see the banner, wait like 2 or 3 seconds before you start buffing up, because the buff rotation is. Oh, I waited too long, right? Because the buff rotation is quite long, so you need like 7 or 8 seconds of time to prepare for the burst. But yeah, that's basically it. If you cooldown skip, just like fly here, and then where I am right now, and then channel your tornado. That way, because when he TPs to you, because you're not underneath a platform, he's gonna TP to the second level where I am right now, and he won't like hit you with like the blue swing attack. So that's what happens when you CD skip tornado during the burst. Let's try to. There's only one laser going on. Kind of weird. I mean, the boss is not super. Okay, here's a nice example. I can't really jump up to hit him because of the lasers, so I use Fishy Slap instead. That would have been another nice example, but I don't have it on. But my Fishy Slap is on foot now. But yeah, you get what I mean. Apart from this, the boss isn't really that much explaining to do. It's just a really tanky. Another nice thing, like with Lucid, you are able to kill all the ads, all the little slimes, while you're trying to focus on DPSing the main boss down. So it's quite nice. You can declutter the map pretty naturally. Alright, I am going to stall here because I fucked up my circus cooldown. Just a little bit of stall. But yeah, make sure, like what I said about Meow Card and Hawk Buffs, make sure you take care of that well in advance, or else your buff rotation would get even longer. One more should do it. Okay. And then here I can properly demonstrate how early you need to start buffing up. When you play this class, 1, 2, okay, I'm gonna start buffing up. Bam, see? You know, if you're having trouble buffing up, well, I mean, like, I'm still taking like so many seconds to do it, but if you're not like that fluid with your stance swaps, you might even take longer to buff up for burst than I do. And if you're having trouble with that, what you can do is when you're like, you can pull up this menu anytime, whether you're in an animation or stunned or whatever. But you need to be able to, you know, do an action to actually switch animals when you press that arrow key afterwards. Oops. So you can leave the menu open to, like, you know, get one of the key presses done. I'm gonna use Fishy Slap here because it's getting kind of cramped. But yeah, just the trick is to not be so hasty with your animal swaps. So if you try to pull up that menu and press an arrow key before your character finished the animation that, you know, they're currently doing, you're just gonna waste a lot of time, and it's gonna feel really clunky to swap animal modes. So just be patient, keep an eye on your character animations, and wait for them to finish before you confirm the stance swap. That's how you can get it to be a little bit more fluid, but it's just gonna be a clunky any way you slice it for a class like this. Fishy Slap doesn't have many useful cases now that you can move during hammers, but its range, tremendous range, is one of its few advantages that it still has. You don't want to be fishy slapping for too long usually because it turns into a DPS loss when you could just hammer. But yeah, for now, fishy slap adds in just a little bit of extra flexibility. I think because I fucked up my circus and my mana overload on the first burst, that might be the reason why I'm not done already. Keep in mind that you can use Bear Champ Charge to tank through most of the laser's damage, but the damage reduction doesn't actually apply, until the animation is over, so it's not a very reactive skill, and if you get stunned during the animation, then you don't actually get the damage reduction. So there's a slight amount of risk to when you choose to commit to this skill. Hey, actually, I'm gonna try to finish this. Okay. Yeah, slime isn't really, oops, okay. Wait a minute. Okay, slime isn't really that hard of a boss. Like, there's not like a super vast amount of like text you can do with this class or whatever. That's what I mean. Most of the time that you'll die is just whether you're like, just like being a little careless to laser or not. So, yeah, I wouldn't really worry too much about slime. And like Damien's kind of just a damage sponge. Okay, that has been slime.